All right, so we go from one blockbuster to one potential blockbuster if they ever fucking make the movie, right?
Yeah.
So we just got some news this past this past week. I think over the weekend. So
going into the weekend, I think it was because
Yeah,
it
going
happened
into the
I think it was like Thursday or Friday of next week last week that it was announced, right?
Yeah. I believe so. And there was a DC fandom. Everybody's going crazy. The Batman trailer. Everybody was electrified by this trailer, right? Everybody's talking, oh my God, did you see what they're doing with Batman? You vegan Batman's out there doing his thing. He's doing his thing. Not a week later, do we get news? Vegan Batman has the Rona.
Yeah.
Oh my, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
So, like you said, the trailer for this Batman movie was epic. I mean, I remember watching the trailer and I was just surprised at how good it was.
I remember texting you because I remember we were talking about it and you were like, oh, I don't know. He don't work out.
Yeah.
I don't see him in the gym. I didn't see him at Planet Fitness. So it doesn't mean that the movie's going to be good. And then you saw the trailer.
I forget where I was. I think I was doing something as I was watching the trailer.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, I had to stop what I was doing and just focus on the trailer because that shit was so good.
Yeah.
And the movie's only 25% of the way.
Is what the word
25% of the film has been shot.
Yeah, that's what Matt Reeves says.
So yeah, this Batman movie looks stellar. Robert Pattinson looks like he's going to be able to. He looks like he's shaping up. Well, we know he's not in shape, but he's shaping up to really, really kill this role.
Yeah.
But what terrible time! So I think they started production and 2 weeks in.
Yeah, I'll give you the low from Variety here. So just 3 days after filming resumed at Warner Brothers Studios, the Batman has once again been halted as a crew member, later revealed to be Robert Pattinson himself. I like how they try to be slick and try to somebody. I don't know who. It was just
someone.
He's not it's not.
They were hesitant to release the name.
Yeah, I don't know why though. Just whatever. It's gonna come out. Loose lips in the fucking Hollywood.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you just maybe it was they were just trying to protect him, protect his identity, but
trying to protect those stocks for Warner Brothers.
It's very hard to protect the star of the film from a news event
which is a question of why you would try. Just get out ahead of it. Make sure that everybody knows. Yes, he has the Rona. Yeah, he's Rona positive.
So I think it was 2 or 3 days.
Just so you guys know, there is still HIPAA that is involved with releasing people's medical information, so they may not have had permission from Robert Pattinson to actually release it.
That is true.
But does HIPAA write a column for Variety? I don't know.
and who announced it I didn't hear or see anything about Robert Pattinson actually confirming that he had it. Most of what I saw was the news just broke that he was the one.
Yeah.
And who's to know where that news came from? So the film studio may not have released it, but if somebody on set talked to Vanity Fair or Variety, then
yeah. Look, it was probably Robert Pattinson himself released the news. He was like, you know what, guys, just give me a couple dollars. They're not paying me too well for this role. They haven't sent the check yet. The direct deposit hasn't hit.
Yeah.
So how much do you get? And isn't that fucking the bookies, how they fucking how they know some sort of insider information or some shit.
He may have
he set it up.
If
it's the refs in the NBA, right?
I mean, if I were him, sure. If you want to, I'll tell you first if you cut me a little extra check because this Batman money is going to slow down because I'm sick now.
Easy money.
Yeah. But I think he's okay because that tenant money, I'm sure, is going to start looking real. That tenant check, when it clears, it's going to look real good.
Yeah, hopefully Nolan didn't, hopefully he didn't send a physical check because, Nolan likes to do things. He likes to use film, right, instead of video. Hopefully that doesn't bleed into, other shit. But yeah, so, Robert Pattinson has the Rona. First and foremost, hopefully he's okay. Nobody wants any sort of complications or craziness happen. These things sometimes turn very bad for even if you are young. So hoping that, everything's okay with him. Hopefully, it's a couple week thing and he could just kind of get over it, after that. But I tell you what, man, shame on whoever is supposed to be his handler. Cause somebody's like on the film is supposed to be there to be keep him out of trouble, keep eyes on him and shit. What the fuck were you doing? Like, were you like, you know, what nap were you taking where he was just like,
I'm sure
at an AMC theater, like watching fucking trying to watch Tenet at the theater. They're like, no, Robert, don't do it.
I'm sure the studio probably hired someone to, like, you know, specifically to be with the stars of the film to make sure that, you know, people are being distant from them. They're not putting themselves at risk of getting COVID. So whoever the studio hired to keep Vegan Batman away from anyone who could potentially you know, pass along the virus to him fucked up. They didn't do their job at all. They were letting fans come up and ask for autographs. they weren't telling him to wear his mask. He wasn't sanitizing, nothing. So like now, how long does the film stay shut down? What is the recovery time for someone who's who tests positive for COVID?
Yeah, I think it's like a 2-week thing. I think that you have to kind of quarantine, and then they retest you after that. I don't know what the exact fucking parameters are for like Warner Brothers, but I imagine it's something to that effect. You know, it's really interesting. I think if it was somebody else, they might have gotten away with like just be like, all right, we're not going to shut down production, but we're going to isolate that person. But with it being Pattinson, it's like. And it's like 3 days after you just restarted filming, and it's like the one thing is, and your main star got it.
Yeah,
nah, you got.
There's no way around come on. Shooting still.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully, you know, luckily the movie is due out October 2021. So hopefully this doesn't affect things too much. You know, one would think is that it's more than a year out. So hopefully they have plenty of time. Just like you were talking about, that they've only basically shot a quarter of the movie is what Matt Reeves said. But
I would imagine all you're really losing here is like time that may have been used, like do reshoots or things like that, or like maybe some like editing time. But I can't see this derailing the production and ultimate release of the film.
Yeah. I hope not, man, because that fucking trailer, just as we were talking about before, it looks fucking sick, man. So hopefully they get that, you know, back on track and everything works out, hopefully.